When there is a child is born, maybe a 1 month old or a few days old. So, what will be the main health issues, sir, for the nature?
Most of the times, actually, common health issues in pediatric age groups depends on the
Okay. So, is there a particular reason why the child is infected with this kind of problems?
yeah. Actually, all of it depends on the immune system.
After a few years, they start their schooling and all this. So, what will be the precautions that the child should take?
Okay. So, in order to prevent infections at the school or in the daycare,
What kind of multivitamin do a child should have? It should be in the form of tablet or it should be in the form of a regular.
actually, multivitamin supplementation is not necessary.
Any advice from your side for the people who are become first time parents?
Okay, for people who are first time parents, I would like to say that child healthcare is very simple. Please don't complicate it by reading up stuff on the internet or by hearsay.
Hello, welcome to Excellent Channel. Have you ever thought what is the toughest job to do to take care of your children's health? Today, we are very happy to announce that we have a very wonderful and young doctor in our podcast today. Dr. Ahmed. Sir, hi sir. Welcome to the channel, Excellent Channel. What made you to choose this path? Actually, there are so many courses in the MBBS, and what made you to take care of this exclusively on the child health care? Pediatrician. So is there any particular reason for this, sir?
Hi Nikhil, thank you for having me here, channel for such a wonderful introduction. First of all, what comes to your mind when we think of children? A gleeful environment, right? Floats of joy all around. But when a child faces some sort of distress and he cries, that used to break my heart. I wanted to do something for that. Okay. Yeah. And then one thing which I found very interesting and challenging is that unlike adults, children don't come up to you and state their complaints. It is that the adults come and they say, "मेरे को पेट में दर्द हो रहा, मेरे को सर में दर्द आ रहा," or whatever issue they're facing. But children, most of the times, they just cut.
Especially in infant, because see that all the mother can understand that why she or he is trying.
Exactly. Most of the times, it is new for the mother as well. So the children, they just cry. It is the job of the pediatrician to examine the child from head to toe and find out what exactly the issue is.
So, what will be the common issues or common health problems when there is a child is born, or maybe a 1 month old or a few days old? So, what will be the main health issues, sir, for the nature?
Most of the times, actually, common health issues in pediatric age groups depends on the age of the child. Okay. When we keep in mind the older children, like in the pediatric age group, we might come across various types of infections, like respiratory infections. It might be upper respiratory tract infections like sinusitis, laryngitis, or common cold. It might be lower respiratory tract infections like pneumonias. Okay. It might be urinary tract infections, or it might also be gastrointestinal tract infections, which manifest as vomitings or loose stools.
Okay. So, is there a particular reason why the child is infected with this kind of problems?
Yeah, actually, all of it depends on the immune system. As we know that children are, as the immune system of children is under developing stages, it is not fully mature to tackle all the infections yet.
Breastfeeding के बाद when can we introduce a regular food for the children, sir?
Okay, it totally depends on the demand and supply ratio, Nikhil. Basically, until 6 months of age, breastfeeding is more than enough for the baby if done effectively. Okay, after 6 months of age, the caloric requirements or the energy requirements of the baby are beyond the breastfeeding. So, that is the time when breastfeeding alone is not sufficient and we need to introduce other food items. Okay, ठीक है? So, beyond 6 months, aista aista, slowly, we can introduce food items. The four items which are being introduced should be introduced one at a time, because we should introduce a food item, we should feed small quantities of the food item at regular intervals, and we should wait for at least 1 week. क्योंकि थोड़े बच्चों में क्या होता है, they develop allergy to certain food items. So if we introduce multiple food items at the same time, what happens is we are unsure as to what food item caused that particular allergy. So if we give timely intervals and then introduce the food items, then we can also decide that ये फलाना food item की वजह से allergy हुई. What the common food items which can be introduced beyond 6 months of age, after complete 6 months of age are apple puree, mashed banana, mashed potato, ragi, idli, sweet potato, watermelon, and such food items. After 1 year of age, the child can be pot fed. Pot feeding मतलब जो भी खाना घर में बन रहा उसमें से थोड़ा थोड़ा इंट्रोड्यूस करना. Okay. And after that, gradually we can increase the include even non-veg. Actually, after 1 year of age, we can start small chunks of non-veg as well. So it is better to start with dal, rice, and all, and that we can gradually increase as the child operates.
How can parents naturally, boost up their child's immunity system, sir?
Okay, naturally, actually, and everything depends on the diet of the child. It is mandatory to provide your child with a perfectly balanced diet which contains all the macronutrients, micronutrients, that is carbohydrates, healthy fats, lean proteins, and all the colorful fruits and vegetables. Along with this, a sound, comfortable, and sufficient sleep is very mandatory for the child's development. Yeah, and also it is very necessary to encourage outdoor activities and sports for the child. Okay, maintaining, practicing and promoting a hygienic environment around the child, explaining the child hand hygiene is of prime importance. Along with all of this, taking all the recommended vaccines as per the age group is very mandatory for developing the immunities of the child.
बच्चे लोग आज का ही हो. One of years, parents they drop people, they live in their daycare, and after a few years they start their schooling and all this. So, what will be the precautions that that a child should take?
Okay. So, in order to prevent infections at the school or in the daycare, children should be explained proper hand washing regimen. This is very important because most of the germs are, what do we say, transmitted by activities through like playing and all. So, today I'll explain to you a simple 6-step method of hand washing which can be explained to the children very simple, in a very simple manner. This actually comes with a funny mnemonic my senior had taught me. Suman K. Sumank. Okay, the first thing is Sila. S for Sila. Next thing is Ulta. U for Ulta. M is Mukhi. Okay, so A is Angutha, the thumb. N is Naho. So, okay, final, the last step K is Kalai. These are the 6 steps of hand washing. Children should be taught to wash their hands for at least 20 to 30 seconds with soap and water. Along with this, the children should be taught respiratory hygiene. For example, covering their mouth and nose while sneezing or coughing. And the children should be made to stay at home if they're unwell because anyways their immunity is suppressed at that moment, and also to prevent the infection from our child to other children as well. Along with this, as I already said, what a perfect diet.
When there is hand trainers evolved for the children to use.
Alcohol rub wouldn't be that useful for the children because they also tend to keep their hands in the mouth and all. Proper hand wash with what do we say, a standard bar of a soap, and then with water should be sufficient.
So, what do you think, sir? If you see the multivitamins, nowadays he has a lot many ads in the TV. It you give this damage to your children. If you can take up and your good immune system and all this. So, what kind of multivitamin do a child should have? It should be in the form of tablet or it should be in the form of a regular.
Actually, multivitamin supplementation is not necessary for all children. Okay. It entirely depends on the requirement of the child. For example, when a child is exclusively breastfed, that is during the first 6 months of age, or we say in the first year of life, then breast milk is actually deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin D is to be supplemented in that age for sure because it is a growing age. The boys require vitamin D, and hence we should supplement vitamin D for sure. Along with this, there are multiple requirements like iron supplementation, vitamin D supplementation, vitamin C supplementation, or zinc supplementation, probiotic supplementation. Everything depends on the need and requirement of the child. It is not mandatory that we supplement them compulsorily.
And what about the antibiotics?
Antibiotics. Antibiotics are, what do we say, they are powerful tools actually. They are very useful medications which are used to treat bacterial infections. antibiotic. This actually acts against bacterial infections. However, it is ineffective and there is no role of antibiotics in viral infections. Coming to children, most of the common infections are viral in origin. So वो infections में अपन antibiotic देके कोई use नहीं है. It will rather do harm than do good. Okay? Antibiotics basically, what do they do is they kill the bacteria or they weaken the bacteria. But when given against viral infections or when misused, the organisms they develop antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance से क्या होता? These organisms when they infect our child the next time, then the antibiotics which we used to give them they won't work. This is called antibiotic resistance. We only have antibiotics on a scale of 1 to 10. If we exhaust all those antibiotics for our children, then in the future, if they develop any infections, then it will be very difficult for the doctors to treat those infections. Because, anyways, the bacteria has become strong now and it is resistant to all of the antibiotics. So, needless and injudicious use of antibiotics should definitely be stopped. One should never use antibiotics unless there is a warranted indication after they have consulted the pediatrician only. And once prescribed, they should complete the entire course of antibiotics, how much soever they are prescribed. For example, a doctor gives them a prescription to continue the antibiotics for 5 days. What parents do? 2 दिन नहीं है फिर उसके बाद बोलेंगे नहीं बच्चा ऑल राइट हो गया हम एंटीबायोटिक स्टॉप कर दी सो दिस इज नॉट द वे अब्रप्ट withdrawal of antibiotics is also not the way to go. You need to complete the entire course of antibiotics as prescribed by the doctor. So
And a DORP का जो भी है, is there a particular timeline for that? And is there any age group for that?
okay, that's a nice question. It's actually a common issue these days with children. Deworming is actually a process in which we administer anti-helminthing medicine called albendazole to the children to get rid of the worm infestation. Actually, what happens is general helminths like pinworms, hookworms, these reside in the gut of the children. Because children have the tendency of mouthing the objects, they are transmitted through the soil. These worms, what they do, they reside in the gut of the child and they prevent absorption of the nutrients, causing malabsorption. They also cause a serious problem that is microbleeding, which involves bleeding per rectum, that's a bleeding from the stool. But that bleeding is not visible to the eye, but it is significant enough to cause anemia. So this way, this leads to severe malnutrition in children. So to get rid of this, deworming is very important for all children aging from 1 year to 12 years of age. Our government has taken initiatives to set up 2 days in the entire year as deworming day, National Deworming Day, because this deworming is to be done once in every 6 months. February 10th and August 10th are the National Deworming Days, and it is mandatory for all children from 1 year of age to 12 years of age to do deworm.
Any advice from your side for the people who are become first-time parents?
Okay, for people who are first time parents, I would like to say that child healthcare is very simple. Please don't complicate it by reading up stuff on the internet or by hearsay. Okay? Even if you have a slightest doubt, I understand that it is the first time you're encountering all such issues. Even if you have a slightest doubt, feel free to consult your pediatrician immediately and get rid of the doubt because we should always be better safe than sorry. Mind it, small steps today pave way for a lifetime of wellness tomorrow.
So one common myth among the parents, if you see, fever के बारे में वो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा सोच रहे. Is that really that we have to take a common fever very seriously? So want to find that.
Okay, that's a nice question you raised. I would like to say that fever is actually a symptom. It is not a disease per se. Okay, fever actually indicates that your body has some sort of infection or some sort of inflammation, and the body is responding to that by fighting against it. So I agree that fever is alarming. Fever is something to worry about, but it is nothing to panic over. Okay, fever can be easily managed with basic paracetamol, but it is very necessary to find out the focus of that fever. Focus as in what is the infection or what is the reason behind that fever. So whenever your child develops fever, it is nothing to panic about. Reach out to your pediatrician as soon as possible so that he evaluates your child in total and then manages accordingly.
So generally, if you think of parents after the delivery, उन लोग की माइंड कह रहा था कि हम लोग कितना जल्दी घर पे जा सकते हैं. So after going home, what kind of precautions that parents should take care for their children? Because when they're in hospital, there are nurses, there are doctors who take care of their health and everything. So parents are the घर आने के बाद, so what will the major precaution that they have to take for the children?
Okay, I totally understand if the parents and grandparents are all overwhelmed with the birth of the baby. All of them want to pamper the baby, all of them want to take care of the baby. But it is very simple. Taking care of the newborn baby is very simple and should be practiced by one or two people at the max. Okay? The first and foremost thing is warm care of the baby. Matlab, keeping the baby entirely covered from the head to toe. Okay? Putting a head cap on for the baby is of prime importance because बच्चों का सर जो है it has a larger surface area और बच्चों में अभी हीट इंसुलेशन उतना अच्छा नहीं रहता, थर्मो रेगुलेशन उतना अच्छा नहीं रहता. सो लॉट ऑफ हीट इज बीइंग लॉस्ट फ्रॉम द हेड. उससे क्या होता, द चिल्ड्रन में लैंडेड टू हाइपोथर्मिया विच इज अ वेरी सीरियस इशू. सो कीपिंग द हेड कवर्ड इज ऑफ प्राइम इंपॉर्टेंस. Putting the socks and mittens on at all times is of importance, and then covering the baby in a single layer of clothing and then wrapping the baby bed. This is to be practiced for sure. Okay. The next point of care is the cord care, the umbilical cord जो बुम्बरी होती है वहाँ पे one should apply nothing, no oil, no powder, no haldi, nothing. It should naturally fall off after 7 to 10 days. Okay, once it falls off, we can give a bath to the baby. Until then, the baby is to be given a sponge bath with lukewarm water. Okay, and the third and most important thing is breastfeeding. As we already mentioned, that breastfeeding should be given exclusively until 6 months of age, once in every 2 hours, repeating the cycle. And then comes immunization. Immunization should be given as per the protocols, as per the set schedule. Supplementing the baby with the vitamin D is also very important because breast milk is deficient in vitamin D. The only most important medicine which we add for the newborn is vitamin D drops. That is to be given for sure daily. Fix a time daily. Give that vitamin D drops daily for 1 year, until 1 year of age.
अभी बच्चों में if you see maybe you find out a 1 year baby मोशंस यूरिन मोशंस के बारे में ज़्यादा पेरेंट्स को टेंशन है आजकल. You know, also what will be the major cause for this motions, and how we eradicate this actually? Is there any particular medication for this, or what kind of tips parents should follow to avoid this kind of loose motions or any kind of blood motions to the baby?
Okay, that's a very good question. Actually, this depends on the age group again. So, neonatal age group में मतलब until 28 days of life, we call the baby a neonate. And then infant age group में मतलब until 1 year of life, we call the baby an infant. In this age group, actually we can consider passing low stool up to 7 times a day as normal. And we can also consider not passing motion until 7 days as normal. Until and unless the baby's activity is good, oral acceptance is good, and urine output is good. The most common causes might be usually viral. चूँकि वायरल गैस्ट्रोएंटेराइटिस में मोशंस पास होना is the thing nowadays. उसके लिए to combat that, the government has introduced rotavirus vaccine. This is very important because it is included in the schedule everywhere and it is to be taken for sure. Along with this, some warning signs which are to be looked after in the babies are dull activity, not accepting oral feeds at all, decreased urine output, a lot of irritability. These are the signs which one should look after and get their children to the pediatrician immediately so that the dehydration status of the baby is checked and managed accordingly.
जबकि थोड़ा रोटा वायरस जो कि आप बोले ना, इसके बारे में थोड़ा इन डेप्थ बोल सकते हैं सर, क्योंकि बहुत व्यूअर्स को नहीं मालूम कि रोटा वायरस क्या है. इज दिस अ वैक्सीनेशन और इज दिस अ ड्रॉप, कौन से एज में ग्रुप में देना पड़ेगा बच्चे लोगों को, पर इसके बारे में थोड़ा ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं है तो अच्छा रहे.
Yeah, and sure. Rotavirus is actually a common virus. It is a virus which is present everywhere in the environment. It usually tends to infect the babies and cause gastroenteritis. Gastroenteritis is passing loose stools and vomitings. Okay, it is the most common cause of gastroenteritis in infants. So to combat that, rotavirus vaccine बनाई है अपनी बार में. It comes under various brand names and should be followed according to the schedule at 6 weeks of age, 10 weeks of age, and 40 weeks of age. So it should be given in 3 doses at 1 month intervals of time. Okay, this is the stipulated schedule which should be followed.
सर आपकी तरफ से हमारा व्यूअर्स को कुछ अच्छा टिप्स दे सकते हैं सर आप? एनी टिप्स फ्रॉम योर साइड फॉर व्यूअर्स?
In short, I would like to say that the first and most important tip is breastfeeding is very essential for your baby. So, until 6 months of age, exclusive breastfeeding. Followed by that, you can also breastfeed the baby until 2 years of age. लेकिन पहले 6 months exclusively breastfeeding, उसके बाद complementary feeding होते हैं. और because along with breastfeeding दूसरे food items introduce करते, that can be continued up to 2 years of age. फिर उसके बाद gradually normal period पे shift हो जाता था साथ. The second tip is vaccines actually. Vaccines play a crucial role in development of your child's immune system. So that will have an impact on the child lifelong because it improves the quality of life of the child drastically. ठीक है? Third thing is people usually panic or worry to visit a pediatrician. I want to let you know that don't do that. Be free, feel free to reach out to your pediatrician whenever required. Be it whatever small problem or small issue as well. It might seem abnormal to you, but might turn out to be normal. Nothing to worry. It is first time we are all encountering such issues, so it is better that we clarify it and get done with it. Third tip is I would like to highlight a specific point here. What people are doing nowadays is showing phone screens to the baby for feeding. That is a very big problem. It is a very serious issue that is to be avoided for sure because no screen time, particularly until 2 years of age, is recommended by the WHO. It is to be followed for sure.
So अब last topic बोले नजर regarding the children editing to the mobile screen. So I think this is a very big issue and common issue among all the home. Every parent are facing the same problem that a mobile हाथ में देने के बाद ही बच्चे लोग आजकल गाना रहा है. So definitely we'll have a separate episode of section on this, and I'd like to thank you very much for coming to our excellent channel and spending a good quality time. I'm 100% sure whatever you spoke regarding the children health and all this instincts and everything, definitely it will be helpful for our viewers. And stay tuned. Definitely in our next episode, we are going to cover more interesting topic, especially on the people or the children getting addicted on the mobiles. So stay tuned and thanks for watching. Bye.